Today is a much needed, long awaited project pan update. This is the project where I have 10 items that the goal is to completely finish, and once I finish a product, a new one gets rolled in. How I like to structure this is I will go over each prompt, what the product is, how many times I've used it in total in this project, and the current weight decrease from the last update. And then at the very end, I will go over all of the new roll-ins. So I honestly can't even remember the last time I did an update for this video, so this is definitely much needed, and I was able to finish a few products, so I'm excited that we'll have some roll-ins today. And I did make some decisions on some products no longer being in this project. So the first prompt that I had was something limited edition, and I rolled in this NYX Buttermelt highlighter, and this is the shade Butter in Black. As you can see, there's pretty much no progress in this. I think I rolled this in maybe the last update, because I've only used it 4 times, and I don't know, it definitely is on me for picking something this shade, especially for summer. It's not something I'm really gravitating towards, and I already struggle with like highlighters or eyeshadows. I definitely use this one as an eyeshadow. Alas, I think this one will be staying because fall is right around the corner, and I would like to get use out of this, especially because I haven't touched it and it's been in my drawer. I'm a little bit more motivated to use it, even though I didn't this whole time, but I'm gonna try again, and I think especially in like September, October, November, I'll get more use on this one. Next prompt was something drugstore, so I pulled in my Maybelline Fit Me concealer. I used to have the foundation. This one is the concealer, and I think I've been making really good progress with this one. It's kind of hard to tell on there, but there definitely is like a divot lower than what the mark shows. I've used this a total of 57 times, so I think this one will definitely be probably my first concealer I finish this year, unless I finished one earlier, I don't remember. But I think I'm making really good progress with this one. I kind of hate the applicator. It's really skinny and does not get much product out when you take it. So I do count each time that I dip in there to get product, so that could be a little misleading, but I mean, if I'm not able to get enough product from what's on the wand, I count that as another use. But how I use this is primarily as a mix-in for just color correcting dark foundations or ones that I color corrected maybe a little too different. Even for lighter ones, sometimes this helps in just getting a better shade match for me, or even like the undertones. I don't think I'd repurchase this one because I don't really like it much as a concealer itself. It just kind of disappears, but I do like it as a mix-in. So this is definitely staying in the project and going to get finished. I don't know how long because I don't know. I feel like I've been making good progress, but then there's still plenty in here, so we'll see how long it takes. Next up, I have 3 powders in this project. I made the executive decision that I was going to remove at least one, and I'll let you know which one that was in a second, but I think that helped a little bit in getting more uses and actually finishing a powder. We'll see if I decide to roll that one back in today or what the new prompts are. 3 powders in one project was just too much, and I wasn't getting any progress. So the one I'm going to show you right now is the prompt was something with bulky packaging. So I brought in my Kosas Cloud set in the shade Breezy. So I definitely was stalled on some progress because I had this in my work bag, and I really thought I was going to like reapply some powder, or for days that I didn't earlier. I definitely needed it later in the day. I don't know if it's just this powder specifically, but I didn't do it. I did it like twice, and it was not a good experience. I usually just did it like in my car or like after my lunch break, but I had a little powder puff, and I don't know if it was the application of it, because the powder puff made it look so heavy and like just settle and like create texture that wasn't there. So I wasn't really using this, but then it's lived in my work bag. Then I topped it today, and it looks really nice, and I used more of a fluffy brush to like diffuse it, so that must be the play, but it's also super messy. So I think if I were to be someone who powders up my makeup at work or like somewhere else, I need a different application, because this isn't it. I don't really like loose setting powders while traveling, but I need to figure something out. I don't recall how many uses I had last time I did an update, but I'm at 55 uses now, and like I mentioned, this was kind of hidden away from me by my own doing, but I think I can get more uses in, and I'm pretty surprised with like the size of the dome or the shape of it. But I'm scared because I've seen people say that once it gets low enough, it like just all kind of breaks apart. So I'll be careful with this one. but that is the first powder update. Next prompt was something Slytherin with like sleek packaging. So I chose my Charlotte Tilbury pressed powder, like the airbrush, whatever it's called. And that is the one I decided to roll out because this is kind of like my pressed powder that I was using, and the other one already had pan in it. So like the goal is to still finish it, but I like that one more in the fall and winter. So it kind of seemed to make more sense that within that time period, like my next Shop My Stash, I will probably bring that powder in. And this one will probably, I mean, it'll stay in this project, but if I were doing it more seasonal based, this would probably be my primary one for like summertime. That one was at 32 uses. I didn't get a weight today just because I made that decision like probably right after my last update or pretty early on, so I haven't touched that one in quite a while. And then the next prompt for powder was a Game of Thrones inspired one, Lannister, They Always Pay Their Debts. So something high-end and expensive, and I chose my Hourglass translucent setting powder, and this is a mini. And as you can see, this one is completely empty today. I'm so happy to be done with this product. I did not like it. I was not a fan. The only reason I had gotten this one, prior I had the Laura Mercier translucent one, did not like that one at all. So I had heard many people say that if you have dry skin, that the Hourglass one is top tier. And even at Ulta, I kind of like explained my situation, and the like sales rep was like, oh, you should try the Hourglass one. Was not a fan at all. At the very end, I mixed in some other like mystery powder I had. I do think it was the Laura Mercier one, but I just mixed them together and was just using that. Not a huge fan, not like at all, and would not repurchase. So I'm very happy that this one is out of here. And the total uses I had on that one was also 55 uses while in this project. So really interesting how the Kosas one and this one, I was able to get the same uses. I don't recall which one was in the project first. That will be the next rollout. Yeah, the second rollout since the powder was the first one. And then I officially have my first empty for today. The next prompt was something blue, and this one was very difficult for me to decide because I don't really have lots of blue makeup besides eyeshadows, and I strictly did not want eyeshadows in this project. So I decided to go with like packaging, and this is the Ava NYC Balance It All Hydrating Scalp Serum. And this is the second official empty for today. I actually just finished this, I think like 2 days ago, and this one was such a roller coaster for me because like it has a really nice scent and it's runnier than I would think of like most scalp serums that I've had, but it feels very refreshing, though it makes your scalp quite oily when using it. I would say overall I did enjoy this one. Before I used to use, I don't recall the brand, but like the rosemary oil that everyone uses as a scalp treatment, and I liked that one, but sometimes it would make my scalp like super itchy for no reason, and so I just kind of stopped buying it. But I do have a dry scalp, so I thought that maybe this one would be more what I was looking for, and it, like I said, it does feel refreshing, which is nice, but it can also feel really oily. So when I use it, I try to do it more of like the end of like when I'm gonna wash my hair soon. It was a very long-winded explanation of my thoughts on this, but overall I did enjoy it, and I would probably buy it again, though I think I'm looking more for like a scalp exfoliator. But this one's not like a immediate repurchase, but possibly down the line. And that one I used a total of 41 times, and I think I was using it a few times before I brought it into this project, but I do think it was fairly new when it came into this project. Now we're getting into the trenches, and some of these products I didn't really use, and I know I keep saying I'm going to, but I don't know, it's kind of difficult sometimes. This prompt was something that reminds you of Cedric, another Harry Potter themed one, and I chose my Burt's Bees Softening Foot Cream, just kind of like the packaging and the colors, and this one still feels quite full. Kind of looking at it in the light, I would say it's about like right here. So I think there was like a huge weight decrease. This one I've used a total of 17 times. It's super pathetic, I know. I think this was in the project since the very beginning, and yeah, I need to make some progress on this. I think I said I was going to use it like once a week, and that has not been happening at all. It's definitely one where like I think I need to take a shower in the morning afterwards because it kind of leaves a film on your skin, and it's very uncomfortable when you like put fresh socks on and then like shoes, and yeah, it's been difficult to use, but the goal is still to use it more. The problem is I always get like foot cream, things like things you don't really think of using in a routine, and I just completely forget about them. I've had some go bad before, so this one was brand new when I brought it into this project and was recently gifted to me, but I still don't want to fall into old habits, and I do want to use this product up. I do enjoy using it, I'm just very bad at using it. Next up was another empty for me, and I think the prompt was a spray, so I chose my iconic London Prep Set Glow Spray, and I actually don't have it with me. I believe it was in my last empties video, and I used that one a total of 44 times. Very happy to have finished that one. That one was also like tooth and nail in trying to finish it because I just did not like it, which is so odd to me because when I first bought it and I tried it for the first time, I think I literally added it to my wish list in like Ulta or Sephora because I liked it so much. And literally every time after that, it was a glittery mess of like literally glitter would be all over my clothes, my face, and I felt it didn't really have any setting spray qualities. Yeah, that one took so long, and I think I just was forcing myself to use it, or like at the end of the day, I would just spray it on knowing that I wasn't going anywhere. But very happy to have that one done. So that will be another spot for a roll in today. The next prompt was also a Game of Thrones inspired one. Winter is coming, so I chose something cool toned, and I brought in my ColourPop Shrek Ogre Ultra Lip Oil. And I've used this one a total of 9 times. It's been bad. It's nothing against the product really itself. I just kind of have a hard time like pairing it. It's something that needs to be layered over something else in my mind, because by itself it's just like a white base of like glitter, but it's also a little translucent, and then it has these really pretty like blue to pink and blue to green sparkles. And I did actually put it today over a lipstick, and I think it looks really nice, but I do really struggle with just remembering to use this one. I don't really think I would finish it this year, but I think it's good to try and make myself get some use on these types of products that not necessarily like an everyday product, especially this color. All right, and the last prompt was something black. So I went packaging wise, and this is the NARS multi-stick or multiple sculpting stick in the shade Laguna. And I think I got this as like a free sample from Sephora, and I love this. I've already used quite a bit, so you can kind of see in there. I think that's it rolled all the way down. Yeah, that's it all the way down. And I really like this. So this is something I definitely would repurchase. I love a nice cream bronzer and a powder bronzer, but I like this one, and I've used it a total of 30 times, so I definitely think I would finish it this year just because I've already gone through so much, and it's pretty small, but I've been enjoying it this far. So this is always the exciting part. I have 4 new spots to roll in a new product today, so I'm just getting my spin the wheel up for my prompts. And it is my goal to go through all of these prompts, or at least as many as I can this year. So let's see what the first new prompt is. And I got a highlighter. Okay, okay. There's like panic in my eyes because there's no way I'm going to finish a highlighter this year. And just to decide like which one I'm going to be working on for the next few months, yeah, that's gonna be an interesting one. Okay, and then we can see what the second new prompt is, and it is another Harry Potter one, Prisoner of Azkaban, item you love but others hate. Okay, and then the third new prompt is going to be something shimmery. Okay, that kind of hints more towards eyeshadows, but we'll see. All right, and the final new prompt is going to be a blush. Okay, that's, of course, I get the hardest items today. So I'm gonna go pick those new products for these prompts. I'm curious to what I'm going to pick because a lot of these seem like really big goals, and I don't know how I'm going to finish it or decide on which one to finish. So I will be back with those new products. That was quite difficult as I had imagined, but I kind of found a workaround for some of these. For the first prompt, a highlighter. This one I kind of just had to make the decision to bring in. This is the Glossier Play Night and Shine highlighter in Platinum Rose. This is so old, and I was planning on decluttering it this year, or like at the end of this year if I haven't used it. Sorry, there's like a little window and it kind of looked like mold, but it's definitely a window. And yeah, I've already taken the stopper out, but I kind of like looked in with my flashlight and there actually really isn't a lot left. I mean, it still is a liquid highlighter, so that is still a lot, but I won't feel as bad decluttering this at the end of the year just because it's so old. So hopefully this project will force me to actually use this. This kind of lives in my drawer all year long and I still rarely touch it. So hopefully, like, being able to document how many times I use it will actually make me use it. For the prompt, something you love but others hate, I really struggled with. I didn't really have many. There were a few like I hate but other people love, but I try to stick to the prompt, and I chose the L'Oreal Plump Ambition Hyaluron Lip Oil. I like these. I think they're super cute, and I really like the shade and the plump it gives. I've heard some people complain about, I think it's like minty or like spearmint, so yeah. That's why I chose this one. This one, I definitely have used it, but I don't know how frequently. The shade is Nude Macaron 650. I don't know if I would actually finish this year, but I'm excited to have it. This is a perfect like fall shade, and it is a nude, so I think I can get away with it in the rest of the summer as well as in the winter. For something shimmery, I really struggled because I didn't want another highlighter or a lip product, and I really didn't want any eyeshadows. So what I brought in was this Nessa Myricks Yummy Skin Glow Serum, and I know technically this is part of my samples project that I've rolled this in for. I think it's fine. It works for this. This is the only one double dipping in projects, so I think it's okay. And I still haven't even been using it, so hopefully this is an easy win that maybe by the next update I could finish. We'll see. And then the last new roll in was a blush, and I kind of cheated in this way too, whereas I'm bringing in a little mini, and I think that's fair and reasonable that I could maybe finish a mini in a project versus bringing in a full size. So, and it's my project, I can bring in a mini. But this is the Huda Beauty blush filter in the shade Cotton Candy. I absolutely love this one, and I actually was hoping to have finished it in spring, but when I did a Shop My Stash for summer, I decided that this would come back later. And here we are, it's coming back. So I do think it's realistic to finish this one this year, which is exciting because I had wanted to earlier. So that recaps my whole project update with some exciting new roll-ins and so many empties this update. I'm very happy about that and just hoping that I will have the same success for all my continuous updates. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your support in making it this far, and I'll see you guys in the next update. Bye!